welcome back. Unfortunately, no more GTA online, sorry, streams for the time being because finally getting my buddy to actually like playing Grand Theft Auto Online and wanting to work that to our rotation, only to find out that his PlayStation Plus just ran out, so he can't play any multiplayer online. So yeah, fun times to be had by everybody. Because he's waiting to get paid so he can buy it again, which I don't think is bad. Like, it's like $25 for 3 months worth of PS Plus, which I think is amazing. Like, it used to be like 18 or 19 bucks or 20 bucks or something like that for 3 months. Actually, no, I remember. It was like 14 or 15 a month. But then it became like 24 for 3 months. Actually, no, it was like 20 for 3 months, and then it went up to like 24. Because I remember they had to send an email to everybody to notify them that it went up like $3 or $4. And they had this whole friggin' like a little bit short of an article explaining why they had to hike the prices up. But you know what? You only got to pay it like once every 3 months, so you know, that's the way I look at it. Like, it's not like when you're playing like an MMO like World of Warcraft, like one of the big name MMOs, where you gotta pay a monthly subscription fee. You know, and most of the MMOs that you play on PS4 or online games or whatever are typically free or pay to win, or you know what I mean, like games like that, or pay to play or whatever. So yeah, $24 every 3 months. That's not bad at all. Alright, it appears I'm a little overweight, and I think I remember why. I think I have a bunch of bottled water on me that I forgot to put back where it was supposed to go. And I think I decided I was playing for too long, and I just decided to cut it there for now. So let me go put this back, and then we'll continue with our little rampage across the wasteland. Dude, I never know where the fuck this guy is. And he's friggin' like singing and being creepy. But yeah, I'm beginning to remember. I'm beginning to remember that I was starting a little power armor collection, and there's actually another piece that I would like to add to my collection. So you know what? Let's go for that. Let me see where... Oh. Hey, buddy. Oh, there you are, buddy.
Hey, Codsworth.
May I accompany you?
I'd like nothing more.
Please do.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, let's get back into my power armor. After we can stop, you know, looking at each other lovingly. I'm not a robosexual, man. I don't swing that way. I mean, I'm flattered that you think of me that way, but,
What's up?
I just don't swing that way, buddy. Alright, Sturgis, you need to... Alright, Sturgis, man, I just, I don't like you up here in my, little man cave that I have going on here. So if you could just kind of walk towards the trap door.
What's up?
Nothing, just, actually, no, I don't want to gun him down. I just want to punch him a few times. Just a little punch in the face. And I kind of broke my promise about starting my streams by punching Preston in the face. So I'm sorry about that. Come on, just a little more. Yeah, if I keep punching him, he's going to turn hostile. So I'm just going to try to coax him over there. Just a little more, buddy. Come on. You can do it.
You ought to be careful. I can fix most things.
There you go. Alright, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want him to turn hostile, but just the fact that I was able to get him into that trap. Okay. Like, I'm actually happy that I got him to fall into that trap door. But I wasn't too crazy about the fact that he turned hostile, so I'm going to go ahead and not punch him more than I have to.
Where's your bunker down?
Oh, I'll bunker you down, asshole. I'll bunker you down real hard. But yeah, like I said, when I get the materials together and I get the proper perks, like, I think I'm gonna make, like, a settlement.
I'm busy.
Shut up. Anyway, I'm gonna make a settlement that's just, you know, that's like kind of like a critter battle ring or whatever. You know, I'm gonna get like a beta emitter going. Hey, what are you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Oh, cool.
Chill in my bones.
So it's kind of like a jab. Alright, if I hit him anymore, he's going to turn hostile, and I don't want to do that.
Hey.
No. Get out of bed. Get out of my bed. No. You shouldn't even be here at all, buddy. I don't know how you found your way up here. I don't know who taught you how to use that freaking elevator, but you need to find somewhere else to be. Come on. You can do it. Come on.
What's up?
Oh, you're almost there. Come on. Come on, just another step. Oh, just one more step. Oh, he's like dancing around it. Come on. There you go. Yeah, sorry about that. I was, as I was saying, I got my, one set of XO1 that has everything but the left leg. I got another one that I got an entire suit, so that's nice. I don't know why he's up here. I like how he's just like happy to be alive. He's just happy to see me. Just ram into him.
Just once, let me find a pair of socks that don't have holes in them.
Alright, I'm getting distracted. Let me go do this thing that I want to fucking do. First, let me equip my weapon. I think that Gatling laser might be my go-to now because it has infinite ammo, so I might just do that. I mean, the sucky thing is that Sean won't be able to see this until after the fact because we don't have internet at our job at the moment. There's an outage in our area. We don't know why. We have a guy that works maintenance, and he works for the town. I think through those channels, he found out that there's a fiber optics wire that's down somewhere, and I think they were in the process of fixing that. So I'm kind of hoping that by the time I get to work, it'll be fixed. So, you know, speaking of which, I should probably call Sean and see what's going on, like if he's getting stuck. Because on top of all of that, you know, he's gonna be bored out of his freaking mind at work, and I feel terrible because I was essentially, like, there was a lot of it. Well, I wouldn't say excitement, because excitement implies that it's good. But excitement isn't really the word for it. Frustration defines it perfectly. But yeah, on top of all of that, now I just found out that the morning shift receptionist just banged out. And I guess that pretty much means that Sean is going to be stuck. And I feel bad because, you know, they all know that I get my daughter tomorrow. And I can't come in early. So, alright. Here's the start of the story. Alright. She, the one that called out, she came to me and said that she needed me to come in early for her today. It's officially today. That she wanted me to come in early. That she wanted me to be in at around 1 o'clock. Because she had court at like 2. Or something stupid like that. I don't know. She had a court date to get to. Even though Sean says that it's bullshit because of his traffic court, then she could reschedule that. You know, she could just kind of call the courthouse that she's supposed to be in and tell them, hey, you know, I worked that day, nobody's willing to come in early. So, you know, she completely ignored my advice because she called me and asked me what she should do. And I advised her that she should talk to somebody, because this was early on. This was at like 8 o'clock, 8:30. What's that? Oh, it's a shopping cart. Yeah, I talked to her before. And she asked me what she should do. And I said, well, typically, if we have a receptionist that has to leave early, either another person can do it, like somebody from another department can come in and watch the desk for the last 2 hours.
Well, out here on the East Coast, folks delight in the refreshment.
You know. And they've done that many times before. Like, we've had people from recreation come in and help us out every once in a while. And I said, you know, just call this person that's head of HR and is also our boss apparently. You know, and she'll, you know, just ask her if she'll work that out and see what she says. And instead of listening to me, she just flat out calls out. And that annoys me because now Sean's gonna call, or Sean's gonna fucking get stuck. And if he gets stuck, Smart Money says he's going to bang out, which is going to get me stuck because nobody wants to work the night shift. So you see, this is like a huge friggin', it's like a domino effect. And I really don't want to work another double this week. Like, I was willing to do that one for him because, you know, he's my friend and he said, you know, I'm starting school and I was busting my ass all weekend. I just need to have the night off so I can get some rest before my class. I'm like, you know what, that's fine. You know, you've been there for me, and I know you're going to find a way to pay me back, so fine, I'll do it. And then I did it. And sure enough, being a good friend that he is, the next day he came in a few hours early for me. So instead of going home at 11, I went home at like 8:30ish. So again, really, really cool guy. Really, like he knows who his friends are, and he knows how to, make things right and make things even. He's a good guy like that. And I just feel bad that he's going through this. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to call, actually, you know what? Let me call him now. So let's just put on a little bit of a pause. Oh yeah, I've been up there already. I know what all this is. Alright, so let me just pause just for a second. And I'm going to give Sean a call, and I'm going to see what's going on. Sorry about that, folks. Sean's just not having a good day today. He's just completely friggin' fed up with everything, and I really don't blame him. So, he said that he found coverage, but the person that's coming in to relieve him at 7 can't stay at the desk all day. So my assumption is that maybe they're going to work something out with recreation to where they could just swap out and watch the desk and cover the shift. Or our boss is going to cover the desk for the rest of the shift. I don't know. Because our boss's boss pretty much said that she's going to have to cover the desk, and since she's not picking up her phone, this person's supposed to cover the desk, and then I'm assuming our boss's boss is going to make our boss, or ex-boss, or whatever the hell she is anymore, sit her right there and make her watch the desk for the whole shift. But doesn't matter what they do, because I am turning my phone off, because now I know that Sean's getting off at 7. So I'm going to turn my phone off, and I am not turning it on until I am en route. So, so yeah, they're going to have to work that shit out themselves, because, you know, like, I kind of feel bad, because there was a point that our boss's boss just sat there and told me, like, listen, you know we can rely on you, so don't even worry about it. I should probably give that some context. Okay, so I got my employee review, and the way it works in my job, you get a raise based on your review. It could be anywhere from 1% to a 3% raise. So if you get a sucky review, you'll get a 1% raise, and that's if you get one, right? But if you get a good review, you can get a 3% raise, which we're talking nickels and dimes. Like, it's nothing really worth, you know, writing home about. But if you go from a job where you don't get a raise, like, at all, no matter how good you do, to a job that you'll actually get raises, you know. Yeah, it's the power armor that I want. I have no idea how to get to this. Wait a minute. Maybe if I follow this wire, it'll bring me to where I gotta go. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. But yeah, basically, the person that did my employee review, she really hit below the belt when she gave my review. Now, mind you, I already got the 3% raise. My employee review was actually good enough to where I did get my raise. So you would think all is well and good, right? Well, the thing is that she really friggin' pissed me off. Let me give that context. Okay, so there was one time I had to go in for a chest scan, or a CT scan, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And the doctor ordered dye, which is basically something that makes your veins and stuff show up better on the scan. It's like some kind of like nuclear dye that makes it show up better on the images and whatnot. Okay. So I got the dye. Shit. So this is probably the terminal I gotta friggin' play around with to unlock it. I'm assuming. If that's true, I'm going to have to bring Nick Valentine here. Alright, sorry. Anyway, oh my god, if I could do something about this friggin' overhead announcement, because I must have heard it at least 20 times by now.
Twice the calories, twice the carbohydrates. Twice the caffeine,
and none of it makes sense because it makes you glow. Like, it can't, like, if it's glowing, it can't be good for you. So anyway, sorry. So I had to have a CT chest scan done, and it was ordered with dye. And I get the test done, you know, the eye's put in through an IV in your arm. And this, that, and the other, right? Everything went off without a hitch. But then I put my, shoes back on, everything in the other, and I started breaking out in hives. And it turns out that I'm having an allergic reaction to the dye. So they rushed me upstairs, and while I have the IV in, they pump me full of liquid Benadryl. And I'm sure you all know, Benadryl knocks you out. It knocks you out hard. But if you're getting, as a pill, it knocks you out. But when you're getting it directly in your vein, in liquid form, you're pretty much out. Like, out. And you're pretty much out for the rest of the day. Like, you can't work for the rest of the day. And this test was scheduled for I think it was noon. I got the test done at noon, and then at 1 o'clock was when they saw I was breaking out in hives, and they brought me upstairs and did this, that, and the other, and put the Benadryl in me. And as they're pumping the Benadryl through, I really feel it hitting me. And I remember asking a nurse, I'm like, listen, how much longer is this going to take? Because I got to be at work at 3, and I got to start getting ready at 2. And she's like, yeah, you're not going to work today. I was like, it's not even 4 hours before my shift. I got to go to work today. She's like, no, with that stuff in your system, you can't even drive. You're going to have to call a ride to come and get you. So I'm like, ugh. All right, you know what? You call out for me. I actually made the nurse call out on my behalf because I knew they were going to tell me that I wasn't allowed to call out. And it was completely beyond my control. I wasn't expecting to have an allergic reaction to the dye that I've had at least 100 times before. I wasn't expecting it, and I felt terrible because the person that got stuck there, I would like to consider her a really good friend of mine, and I felt awful. I really felt bad. I explained it to her. I think I explained it to her, or somebody explained it to her, and she seemed like she was okay with it because she understood that it was out of my control and that I had no control in the matter. But fast forward to my employee review, under I think it was under policy and procedures or attendance or whatever, this lovely bitch of an HR director pretty much marked me down for a 2. Now there's a scale between 1 and 5. 1 being poor and 5 meaning exceptional or above average. Now actually I think it's 4 is above average and 5 is exceptional. 3 is average. That's where you want to shoot, is for 3 or 4s. But no, that bitch put me down for a 2.
Let me ask you something.
Hold on. Let me see what Nikki wants.
Is something wrong?
Well, I sort of had the same question. Just with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Doesn't really matter. I'm here now. I've just got to deal with that.
Good attitude to have. Not the way off. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. Folks were still losing sleep over their broken mast. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own. A simp. A man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I would damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan she'd known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing. Just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. Took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero. Offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested and said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started doing hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
Oh, Nick.
Was it hard settling in?
No, they sure didn't make it easy.
Oh, that's funny.
Jobs no one else wanted.
Nicky boy, you sent me for a loop, you know that?
Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth. But it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. It's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
You know, I'm really glad I heard all that. I've always liked Nick. Like, he's always been a little bit of a smart ass, and I think I kind of jive with that a little bit. Like, I kind of like, what's the word for it? Gravitate towards that. Because I'll tell you right now, my job, man, I'm the biggest smart ass there. Like, that coupled with being a receptionist, like, I think that really works in my favor because, like, people love me. Like, the families love me. And most of the residents do. I mean, every now and then, you know, you're always going to have someone that's just not going to like you or forgets that they like you, and then they start yelling at you for no reason. Whatever. It comes with the job, I guess. But not everybody can like you, and it's just important that you know that. But anyway, back to my story. Yeah, so this bitch has the nerve to put a note saying, oh, you know, employees must call out at least 4 hours in advance. And this, that, and the other. And, like, that really made me mad because, like, I did not want to call out. Like, I even told her that, you know, I had work in, like, less than 2 hours or 3 hours and I had to go get ready. And she was very adamant about it. She says, you know, you got friggin' liquid Benadryl pumping through your system and you can't work. And there was no arguing with her, so I just had her call out on my behalf. And, yeah, and then she had the nerve to friggin' put that on my employee review. And that really made me mad because, like, I took pride in my job and, you know, and it shows in my reviews up until that one where she fucking put that down. Like, that was a real friggin' low blow. Like, that was below the fucking belt. I'm sorry. I mean, she also put the note in there saying that at 3 o'clock sharp, I have to be punched in and behind the front desk. I didn't really think about contending with that because, like, during my orientation, which was a month after Sean's, like, I was hired a month after him. So we both were pretty much told the same thing during our orientations, like back 3 years ago, that we had until either 5 minutes before our shift or 5 minutes after to clock in. And that's just how it's been. Now all of a sudden they decided that you only have 5 minutes before, and that's it. If you're punching in at 3:01, you're late. And they don't tell anybody that. Initially, it was just for the wellness or the nursing department. It only applied to them. Everybody else, either 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after. But apparently, it applies for everybody. I don't know. That was the only time I heard about it. Like, I was never dragged into HR. I was never written up for it. Nothing like that. It was just word of mouth. Like, it wasn't anything on paper in stone, except for my friggin' review. But I wasn't going to fight that because I wasn't too sure how I would do with that. But the first thing, though, like, that really made me mad. So, sorry. So fast forward to about a week after that, I managed to get a meeting with my boss's boss's boss. So she's high up there. She's director of operations, so she's like corporate. She's really high up there. I got a meeting with her. I explained everything to her, and I told her how I was really upset with what she put there, despite the fact that it wasn't my choice and I had no choice in the matter, and they pretty much told me flat out that I'm calling out. And I had no say. And she's like, listen, you know, you've been with us for a while, and we know we can depend on you when we need you. So, you know, don't even worry about it. Plus, you got your raise, so I wouldn't even worry about it because we know we can rely on you. And it made me feel good. I completely forgot about it. Like, if I really think about it, though, it starts to make me mad. But I had a really easy time getting over it because, like, hearing that from that high up means a lot. You know, it just makes me feel like I'm not a cog in the grand machine. Like, it makes me feel like I'm valued as an employee and that they're paying attention to all the good that I do. And it's not something a lot of people can experience, you know? It's just something that a lot of people in the higher up positions take for granted. But for an underpaid grunt like me, like, that means the world. It means a lot. Like, you don't see that often, if at all. Hell, even when we had a disaster go on at work, like, I was there. You know, I was evacuating residents on the floor. Like, I was doing everything I possibly can to help the other departments get people off the floors. I even made the order to evacuate, just based on my gut feeling. And, you know, I had like 4 people from corporate telling me that I made a really good decision and I did really good that night. Like, that goes really far with me. And on top of that, I got a $100 gift card.
Now that is clever. Sure, that was going to do it. Open for business.
Hell, there were even residents' families that said I was a hero. I wouldn't go that far, but, you know, it's a good feeling to be appreciated. I think this might be it. But no, like I said, though, like, that goes really, really far in my book, especially when it's somebody that high up telling you that. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to go too far into detail, but it did require evacuation, and I pretty much had the second and the third floor evacuated by the time the fire department even got there. And then I guess for safety reasons, they decided to evacuate the 4th floor as well. And I was coordinating with the assistant director of nursing as we were the only 2 there. And yeah, it was, we all did good. And the aides, God help me, the aides were the real friggin' heroes, I think. Like, we couldn't have done it without them. Like, they were amazing. The kitchen staff helped out. Like, we just forgot who was in what department. Like, we were just doing what we were doing. You know, we all banded together and just did what had to be done. It didn't matter who was what. It doesn't matter who was above who. Like, we were all coordinating together. And then the administrator and corporate got there and they kind of took the show over. But honestly, I think we all did great. You know, it could have been a lot worse than it was. No casualties, nothing. No injuries, no, you know, accidents, nothing.
They pick up a delicious Nuka-Cola Wild.
Caught us off guard, and we kind of had to wing it a little bit. But you know what? We did really good. And he put together a new procedure in case something like that, God forbid, ever happened again. You know, it was a learning experience. We really learned from it. Like, we learned what we were capable of, and we learned what to do, what not to do, and what to do differently. You know what I mean? Like, it was... I don't know. Basically, the moral of the story is that corporate recognizes me as an asset, and I couldn't ask for anything more than that. As of late, I kind of felt like I fell from grace, but I think that has a lot to do with the hostile work environment that I'm working in. And it's just taking a toll on me. Like, I'm not the person I was a year ago. Like, I'm just stressed out. I'm angry. I'm upset. Like, it sucks. I had a job that I loved. I'm now a very angry person with zero patience for anything. Lord knows I try, but it doesn't matter. You can only do the best that you can. That's pretty much the bottom line. You know, like, I'm really starting to look at myself and thinking, am I even cut out for this job anymore? Can I even do this anymore? Is anybody going to die because of me? Is anybody going to get hurt because of me? Because I'm so demoralized and I'm just so angry and spent because of the futility of the situation. Like, how long is it going to be before I just up and quit? I mean, it's, you know, it's easy enough for me to say that I can't afford to do it because I got a little girl to think about. And I do. Like, my little girl is everything. And me keeping that job so I can support her, it is just all I care about right now. But the fact of the matter remains is that I'm only human. I got my limits, you know? And as a human being, like, there's only so much abuse I could put up with before I finally reach my limit, and I just... Hey, Nicky boy.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I need you to get out of your power armor.
Good.
Oh wow, this is even legendary too.
Themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful.
So let's see what this, whoops. Let's see, +3 agility with all pieces equipped. See, that's not bad if you're going for an agility build. It affects the number of action points and VATs and your ability to sneak.
About powers for good.
Speaking of robot powers, let me take a look at something. Oh, that's right, I can't do this in power armor. Speaking of which, if we get attacked again, you assholes better stay away from my power armor collection. Just saying. Oh yeah, regeneration field. And of course I'm out of adhesive. I'm always out of adhesive. Like, that's never new. I'm thinking of stealth fields, but I'm not 100%. Guess I'll stick with the regen fuel or field. Fuck it. I almost said fuels. Alright, so let me go drop this armor off. I'll put it right next to my Vim power armor.
You remind me of the young man I used to know. We were looking for things that always found.
Sounds not much. But it's something.
Ah, shit. Yeah, the way these things light up is just funky. But yeah, look at that, man. I got my Vim power armor, which I think is Nuka-Cola's like competitor. And then I got Nuka-Cola power armor right here, and I got the quantum armor right under us. Speaking of, let me see if I could do something special here. See, that's what I wanted to do, was have it pointing at. Yeah, just to kind of have it like accentuate, I guess is the word for it. My little power armor collection I have going on here. Kind of like show it off a little bit, I guess. Or like, would single spotlights be better? No, let's do the rows, I guess. So let's just do the rows. There. So that way it's kind of like showing off my little collection here. Yeah, I don't want it like on the window like that. Like, it looks weird. Let's put it right there. There we go, and then I'll, yeah, those are good. I don't know, whatever, like, I'm not, like... Whoops. I'm thinking like what other quests I want to do, like side quests or whatever. Like, do I have Covenant yet? Like, do I have the map marker for that yet or no? So I got a marker over there. Cabot House, I already got the marker for because I, you know, Finch Farm. Alright, let me take a look where the map marker for Covenant is. Yeah, as long as Sean's getting out at 7, that's all I really care about. Afterwards, I don't really care what the fuck happens at that place. Maybe they'll realize how friggin' important we are. I said after that huge friggin' speech about how we're appreciated by corporate. Sorry, I'm clearing my search history. I should do this once in a while. It'll clear up some space on my phone, I'm sure. But, I remember having to look that up. My baby girl, my loving, sweet baby girl, that I love more than life itself, when I drive her home from from visitation, she falls asleep on the way, especially if she hasn't had her nap. And when I have to take her out of my car so that her mother can take her, like, she'll wake up like screaming and like fighting with me. And that kind of worried me a little bit because I thought it was like some kind of like PTSD or something like that. Let's see. But yeah, I had to run a search for that because I seriously thought that that's what was happening. Like, she was suffering some kind of trauma. Because, you know, when you're a parent, especially a brand new parent, like, you think that everything you do is wrong. And you're always worrying, like, if you're screwing up your child. And, you know, you got all this friggin' information in front of your face. Like, you have all these forums. And then you have, like, you know, people asking, like, oh, I did this instead of that. You know, I'm such a terrible parent. Or am I a terrible parent? Or this, that, and the other. And you got some parents that, you know, they've been through all that. You know, they've had those thoughts and those feelings. And they're like, nah, it's not you. Like, that's just something all parents do. Or, oh, that's just what happens to everybody. You know, like, you know, don't worry. Just keep trucking. You know, there's no perfect way to raise a kid. You know, every child is different and this, that, and the other. And, or, oh, you know, my son used to do that when he was young, but when he got older, he kind of grew out of it. You know, stuff like that. Like, it's just comforting that there's such a wealth of information from people with experience that are willing to share. And then you have, of course, with everything in life, you always have the parents that are like, oh, you know, my kids know better, and you're doing something wrong if you can't control your kids, and this, that, and the other. But then there are other parents that are like, dude, shut the fuck up. Obviously, you lucked out with your kids because parenting is not that easy. I don't know. Like, it's just, like I said, it's nice. Like, the internet's a good thing because you have a wealth of information. You know, a lot of it coming from people with actual legit experience in the field, in parenting. And then you got assholes that friggin' lucked out and they think that parenting is easy and this, that, and the other. Or just people that just don't know what the fuck they're talking about trying to weigh in. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a pain in the ass. Alright, I'm trying to find a Taffington boathouse so I can figure out where the fuck Covenant is, because Covenant is due west of the Taffington boathouse, and I can't find the boathouse. I know I settled that place once, I just can't seem to find it. Actually, you know what? I'm an idiot. I think I took that over. Yeah, it's right there. So I'll fast travel over there and I'll just go west, because that's where it is pretty much, is due west. I forgot that if you take a settlement over for a gang, then it changes the icon. Sorry about that, folks. But, yeah, that's just... You know, there is also something called parental guilt, which is basically that nagging feeling that's always in the back of your mind. That you always think, like, oh, you know... Oh, God, I am such a terrible parent because blah. And, like, no matter how good of a parent you are, you're always wondering, like, could I have done better? And you always feel guilty because, like, you always feel like you could have done better. Like, oh, what if I did this differently? Or, oh, what if I did this better? Or, oh, you know, because I didn't do this. Or, oh, because I did this. Like, did I mess them up for the rest of their lives? Did I give them some kind of complex? And he'd be left-handed now? You know what I mean? Like, just shit that keeps you up at night. And apparently I'm not alone. Like, my sister felt that way. still feels that way. My mother went through it too when she was raising me and my sister, you know, like it's just something all parents go through apparently. Now, mind you, my sister is an amazing mother. Like, I couldn't do what she does. Now, let me tell you a little something about my sister. She is the proud mother of triplets. That's right, triplets. 3. 3 kids all at once. Her first fucking pregnancy.
If not,
That's a huge deal.
You know, I'm people loitering
I'm
around.
struggling with 1. I
for the
couldn't
nurse.
imagine doing 3.
I might take a look.
It ain't that simple. We don't just let anyone.
Sorry, I'm just kind of
There's an entrance test. We call it the safe test. Everyone's got to take it.
Interesting idea. Between you and me, what's the test for?
I probably shouldn't say nothing, but listen. We want to make sure only good people come into government. No undesirables. Nobody that ain't actually what they seem, you know?
I'm new to the area. What do you mean about undesirables?
But you don't know about... Jesus, listen. Not everyone in the Commonwealth is human, okay? Some are... synths. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Just take the test. Pass, and you can come inside where everything's safe. All right?
Sure.
Good. Take a seat, and we can begin.
I'm your host, Travis.
If I must. Oh. Nicky Boy's still
So
with
let's
me.
begin. There ain't no wrong answers. You are approached by a frenzied scientist who yells, "I'm going to put my quantum harmonizer in your photonic resonation chamber." What's your response?
Up yours, buddy. That's my legit,
I wouldn't worry. If you did that, it'd cause parabolic destabilization of the fission singularity.
Yeah. Next question. While working as an intern in the clinic, a patient with a strange infection on his foot stumbles through the door. The infection is spreading at an alarming rate. The doctor has stepped out for a while. What do you do?
Restrain the patient and merely observe as the infection spreads.
Very, very interesting. You discover a young boy lost in a cave. He's hungry and frightened, but also appears to be in possession of stolen property. What do you do?
I give the boy a hug and tell him everything will be okay.
Very curious. Congratulations! Hey, you made it onto a baseball team. Which position do you prefer?
I don't play baseball. I play soccer.
Are you certain about that? Never mind. Next question.
Say that in
Your
Boston,
grandmother invites you to tea.
the home of
You're surprised
baseball.
when she gives you a pistol and orders you to kill someone. What do you do?
I'd ask for a minigun, so I can do the job right.
Please treat the question seriously. Or are you? Next. Old Mr. Abernathy has locked himself in his quarters again, and you've been ordered to get him out. How do you proceed?
I'd grab a bobby pin and pick the lock.
And that is all you do? Nothing else? Wait, don't answer. Next. Oh no. You've been exposed to radiation, and a mutated hand has grown out of your stomach. What's the best course of treatment?
I dose myself with anti-mutagen agent.
Ignoring possible. Yes. A neighbor is in possession of a Grognak the Barbarian comic book, issue number 1. You want it. What's the best way to obtain it?
I'd trade him for one of the comic books I own.
You're almost done. Last question. You decide it would be fun to play a prank on your father. You enter his private restroom when no one is looking, and...
Changes meds.
Change the wattage on the razor. Give him a shock the next time he uses it.
Test's over. No one's ever answered quite like you. But hey, you passed.
Yeah, nobody's the same level of insanity that I am.
I feel terribly welcome
Yeah, I've actually heard that, like, no matter which way you answer, you're always going to get in. So, I figured I'd have a little fun.
I always wondered what he'd look like as a robot. Not too shabby.
Yeah, Nick's my boy.
Oh. Hi.
Hey there.
Oh, I heard about you. You're the stranger. I make things. Things for the store. Oh, I'm Talia. It's so nice to meet you.
Hey.
You're gonna like it here. Everyone in Covenant is so friendly and really wants to help.
Why is everyone here so friendly?
I don't know. Ask Mr. Orden. I'm much better with terminals than you. Feel free to use my tools. And if you need anything, just let me know.
Caravan came a few days back. Worked for old man Stockton. You saw him, right? I already told you. I don't recollect. We get a lot of traffic. This isn't Diamond City. A caravan of 5 comes through, you'd remember. Then they must not have come through. Say, wouldn't you rather have a lemonade? My job here isn't drinking lemonade. I know for a fact they came here. Why the brush off? I want to help, mister, but I really don't recollect. Mark my words. I'll get to the bottom of this. The
Hey
terminal,
there.
from around here? There for business. God, I hope not. Not enough of these hicks.
As he's pushing you around.
No, I'm just passing through.
My advice is pass through sooner than later. You know anything about Stockton's caravan?
A caravan? I'm not really the trader type.
Well, this isn't about trade. I signed on with old man Stockton to find his lost caravan. What's left of it is just outside of town. The last stop was here, so I've been trying to put together the story. But I keep getting the runaround. Got a proposal for you. Help me find Stockton's people, and we split the reward. At least one survivor walked out of that massacre. And I intend to make good on my contract.
Sounds fair. I'm in.
Here's all I got in the caravan. I don't got proof, but Covenant's involved. Somehow. I'll keep poking around, but let me know if you find anything.
Hey.
See what I can do.
After a long day, nothing beats Jesus lemonade.
Wow, those eyes are very observy. Man, I'm starting to get tired already. It's only 2 o'clock.
Busted again? Third radio this month. Ted better get on this pronto. Another newcomer. Welcome.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
We don't tolerate violence or vulgarity. Steer clear of those, and we'll get along just fine.
Want to take a look at that terminal? Say the word. Always had a way with machines.
After a long day, nothing beats Jesus lemonade.
People that break our rules. Rarely happens.
Martin.
If so, it makes sense that they're keeping a low profile. It's a dangerous idea, met by some very mixed reactions around the Commonwealth. I guess if you are out there, good luck.
Enjoy your stay.
Excuse me.
I hope Swanson didn't give you too hard a time at the gate. If you ask me, I think he takes his job too seriously.
But welcome. Everyone around here calls me Mrs. Fitzgerald, but you, cutie, can call me Tenny.
Hello?
You here to shop? I'll make
Hello.
sure to give you a good price.
What's in stock?
Best deals around.
Enjoy your stay. Enjoy your stay. Oh god, I can hear it in my sleep. Ugh. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh, we got adhesive. So that's good. Got a good amount of rubber. And screws. Hey, screw you, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, aluminum's the big one, man. I'm always running out of aluminum.
Well, hello.
Oh, okay, so this is a caravan that was,
Caravan was hit awfully close to Covenant, all right.
Oh, someone should make these.
Deezer's Lemonade. Never heard of it.
that was weird. Speaking of caravans, there's another one over here.
Business is good.
The only way you get old in this job is assume everyone's out to kill you.
Stick to the road. You got a better chances.
Search Covenant for clues.
After a long day, nothing beats Deezer's Lemonade.
Hey, Deezer.
Would you like some free lemonade?
I'm looking into a lost caravan. Can you help?
You know what would be great for a lost caravan? Deezer's Lemonade! Voted best beverage in Covenant 3 years straight!
What's in the lemonade?
Deezer's Lemonade is made of goodness. 4 special ingredients from sunny, non-irradiated environments, all in 1 cold glass. Try it and enjoy, or take advantage of the money-back guarantee.
What's the catch?
No tricks, no gimmicks, just the best lemonade in Covenant, free to our special guests.
I'll take some.
Enjoy!
Hey, Deezer.
Fresh lemonade here!
I'll take some.
Limit 1 per customer per day. Would you like some free lemonade?
I'll pass.
You don't know what you're missing.
I hate this place.
Well, hello.
Well, hello, stranger. The name's Jacob, and I run this town. Glad you passed the test. Our door's always open to good quality people. You can use one of the beds in the guest house, and you should visit Penny's store.
Anything else in town?
Doc Patricia will be more than happy to patch you up. For a modest fee, of course. You might want to stay clear of Mr. Dan. I've had some complaints about him.
Can I ask you some questions?
Ask away.
Does Covenant have a problem with synths?
Shouldn't everyone have a problem with synths? But there's none of those things here. Rest assured.
There's one right behind me.
Dan says your people are lying to him.
If you ask me, I think Dan's been baking in the sun too long. The only secret we got here is what's in Deezer's lemonade. And if you can get Deezer to tell you, you just got to fill me in. As the robot says, it's delicious.
Do you know anything about a missing caravan?
Is this about those Stockton people? I've told Mr. Dan many, many times. We never saw them.
I think you're lying.
I have to go.
You have a good day.
You're lying. I don't know. It's only one other place I could really look for clues. And it might get me shot a bunch of times.
Like I always say, give someone a free meal, safe place to bunk up, and some civility. And they'll be all P's and Q's in no time.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Been a long time since we've had any trouble in town.
Alright, so I can't question him. Because he's saying like phrases and shit. Paging Mr. Valentine.
Means business.
Oh, no shit. Let me do a quick save just in case. He might not even do it because it's
There's something you need?
Think you can unlock that terminal?
That kind of bull really fly where you come from?
Yo, psst.
Come on.
See what you can do. Psst.
Do something for you?
Need your expertise.
Out of the question.
God, you're such a pain in the ass.
Hey.
I'm all ears.
Hack that terminal.
You need something?
Hey,
I'm all ears.
think you can unlock that terminal? Hey,
What's the plan?
see what you can do.
Out of the question.
God, you're such a pain in the ass. Ah. Fine. Nope.
You're hiding something. I'm sure.
It's looking right at me. Alright, so there's an office key and there's a house key, but there's nothing about a password. Shit, if it's something that needs to be picked, I can pick it just fine. Alright, let me quick save. Since Mr. Goody Goody won't break the friggin' law, or rules, or whatever the fuck this is.
That's a serious lock. Need to find a key. So someone's been careless.
That's private. Get out!
I'm stuck. Shh. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Shh. Oh wow, they were all crowded around that house. Shh. It's okay. Shh. Shh. I'm just running around going shh. They're all crowded around the house pointing their guns at me. Shh. Shh. It's okay. Shh. Oh, for the love of Christ. Oh, great. Internet quality is not sufficient enough to broadcast. Forget the fact that I can't, or that I'm freaking broadcasting this entire time. No. Now it's not sufficient.
Hey, Dan.
You find out anything about the caravan?
Well, what have you been up to?
Not a lot. Everyone's got their eye on me. But I'll keep trying.
They took the survivors to a compound.
And we're in business. I'll meet you there and we'll rescue ourselves some caravan aids.
Hey, a stranger. It's no secret you've been poking around. Not very neighborly of you, if you ask me. I know you think you're doing the right thing. Just don't make any rash decisions you'll regret.
What rash decisions are you talking about?
Maybe your next destination doesn't appreciate trespassers.
Just come out and say what you mean.
Maybe you heard a rumor about Stockton's caravan in a certain compound? So, hypothetically, let's say there's something to it. We wouldn't do anything unless we had good reasons. The best. Tell you what, you just stop this investigation, and I'll give you a gift. 100 caps. And then you'd be welcome back here as our friend anytime.
Surely there's room for compromise. I get Stockton survivors, and we stay friends. I'd have to know more, though.
Seemed like a reasonable guy. Work with us here.
That's a tall order. A deal like that, well, that's above my pay grade. Tell you what, I'll let the compound know you're coming. Then you can make your case to them. Good luck.
So, it makes sense that they're keeping a low profile. Dangerous idea, met by some very mixed reaction around the Commonwealth. Yes, if you are out there, good luck out here. Just when you thought you were safe from Roy Brown, he's back again. This time,
Dun dun dun. I don't know why. I just felt like doing that. I don't think I can use my jetpack down here either. Like, once I get my head above water, I could use it, but when I'm underwater, I can't.
I hate this place.
Hey, Dan.
Some people up ahead. We'll follow your lead.
Just because Jake can vouch for you doesn't mean you can enter the compound. Why should I let you in?
Alright, I'm going to quick save here because this can go one of many ways. You can either lead the violence, or I could try to coax them into letting the people out. I guess we'll see, won't we?
What exactly is this place?
I'm asking the questions here. So why should I let you in?
I'm coming in one way or the other. At least with the easy way. You still get to breathe.
All right. Have it your own. I'll take it to Dr. Chambers. She can decide what to do with it. Don't try anything. You've been warned.
I wonder what kind of armor that is. Kind of looks like combat armor, no?
Blake! Hey, Blake!
Torture. You're sick. Just give me the secret. Yes. What is it, brother?
I thought you guys were done with Subject 12.
Oh, yes. The interview's over. I'm just reviewing the data on question 4. It's fascinating, really.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Certainly.
Stranger.
Where the hell did you go, buddy? Oh, you're going up here.
Stranger.
Hey, extend the platform. Order center.
Hey, joke's on you assholes. Even though I had to fight my way through here, I could just fly across there. Your buddies are a lot more welcoming than you are, but my dude.
You shouldn't be in here. You're the first outsider that's been in.
You know, depending on how this goes, I might have to fight my way out.
So the one investigating Stockton's caravan has arrived. Do you even know that his supposed daughter is in all likelihood a synth? No matter. Let me be upfront about this. There are two ways this meeting can end. We come to an agreement, or there's violence.
A peaceful solution.
As would I. Let me pose a question to you. What would you do if your family was destroyed by a synth right in front of you when you were but a child? Would you roll over and accept it? Or would you do something?
It sounds like you didn't let it go.
No, I did not. It may not look like it, but there's a war being fought. As long as the Institute walks invisibly amongst us, and strike without warning, and control us from the shadows. I've dedicated my life to devising a test to detect these hidden sins, to root them out so they can be extinguished. Isn't that a goal worth fighting for? Hundreds of kidnappings over the years. Ask the survivors if it's really that bad. And there are so many other tragedies that may be their responsibility as well.
Who really knows what the Institute is responsible for?
And how do they manage to keep us in the dark? A living synth is indistinguishable from a human by any medical test yet devised. But it turns out psychology can detect a difference. Enter the safe test. The test is in its infancy, but through sacrifice and perseverance, our success rate is improving.
And the safe test works?
Oh, yes. Autopsies confirm the test is getting more accurate. There's something in the questions which provokes a response from synths, but the exact trigger is elusive. The margin of error is admittedly high, 4 or 5 false positives per synth, but one day we hope to get into 1 or 2 false positives.
But your methods are barbaric. It's torture.
To improve the safe test, intense psychological pressure must be applied to our test subjects. It is distasteful, but necessary. Covenant is many things. A refuge for the broken people left in the wake of the Institute's rampages. A place of safety and healing. But most importantly, it is our one chance to end this age of paranoia. I will make you a deal. If you let me dispose of Stockton's synth and continue our work, I'll match whatever reward you were offered.
I've had my fill of crazy on this contract. No deal.
Fortunate for me, I wasn't talking about it.
You side with this nut job, and we're going to have a serious, deadly problem.
Are you threatening me, Dan?
I have myself a code. That's not always good on my wallet, but it helps me sleep at night. I took this contract, and I will honor it, even if I have to kill you to do it.
Wait. Covenant's a refuge?
Over the years, we've recruited like-minded individuals. All of our lives shattered by the Institute. Covenant is primarily about administering and refining a safe test. But some consider the humanitarian side equally as important. If you destroy what's left here, their lives will be upended again.
Don't kill the girl. Spare her.
That girl's done being your lab rat.
Impossible. The odds are too great she's an Institute infiltrator. Even if she is an unfortunate victim in this war, sparing her can compromise everything.
Well, shit.
Sorry. That's a deal I won't accept.
You're done putting people through your little tests.
Then you'll just have to kill.
Yeah, it's like armor on it, though. I don't get it. Oh, Covenant security armor. Derp. I'm gonna loot that just because it looks interesting.
Please don't hurt me.
Tell me who you are.
I'm Amelia Stockton. I'm not a synth.
How can I be sure?
Please, you have to believe me. I'm a human being just like you. My father, Old Man Stockton, he will reward you. Just let me out. Please.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm free. I'm never ever coming back here.
She didn't even have a key on her anyway. Alright, ladies and gents, you ready to fight our way out? Let's do it.
What? You killed him. Missions must be continued.
Hey, you tried to kill me first.
I don't think we're alone.
Really?
Find him.
Come on, Donistan. The most Donist of the Donist. Orthodonistan. No, I'm just kidding.
Check the doctor at all costs.
Shit.
He vanished.
Sure about there, Budrick. Oh, hey, I want that fusion core. Got him.
The missions must be completed.
Well, I just killed the doctor, so,
What the hell are they doing here anyway?
you know, I'm just trying to get out of here. I'm not going to try to hunt everybody down.
What just happened?
The missions must be protected.
Hey, Dan.
So Stockton gets his daughter and we get paid. Not a bad day.
It was good working with you.
Likewise. Glad you were on my side. Here's your cut of the reward. I'll get my half from Stockton. Been a pleasure.
Be safe, Dan.
Same to you.
Yeah, it's this friggin' turn that gets me lost. And I remember doing this before, except Honest Dan just up and disappeared, and then I had to find the compound myself. And I remember the last time I did this quest,
Find your own fishing spot. Clear out.
dude, you're not even fishing.
Looking around the shore at all hours, scaring my fish. Go find your own fishing spot. Clear out. Don't scare the fish, asshole.
Alright, so I think Covenant is actually hostile towards me now. So if I just, I don't know, showed up, they'd all try to kill me.
You ruined everything.
Couldn't take long.
That was funny. Just freaking picks his leg up and just throws him. I think I'll try not to,
Something out there.
I'm sure you've all seen or heard about the big fish. Some bold claims by our respected reporter.
Yo, man, these fucking doors are starting to piss me off. I swear to Christ.
Let's do this.
Mayor herself.
Splat. Dude, I can't shoot to save my fucking life. Yeah, this is depressing. God damn it. Alright, you know what? I'm not dealing with a friggin'
Anything
master
useful?
lock. There we go. There we go. Much better. Okay, this place is mine now. Wish I could have kept Deezer around though. That friggin' lemonade, man. That was something special. So I saw a settler around here somewhere. I guess not. So there is nobody here. So let's see. Coastal Cottage. I think that's where I'm going to make my potato farm.
Coming in.
Damn neighbors hit us high.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do, because no matter how many friggin' potato plants I have, there is never enough to friggin' or get out of the friggin' workbench. So here's what I am going to do.
Identity confirmed. This unit is ready to serve.
Shut up, farmer. I'm going to take as many potato plants as I can gather. Nope, he didn't despawn. What's funny is Martha actually despawned. And he's not stuck in a Pilroy anymore. But no, Martha actually despawned.
What's up?
Wait a minute.
Hey.
What's going on?
Thanks. What'd they miss?
Nick,
Looks like you got something to say.
it's about time for you to go.
Sure. Oh, well, I'll head on home then.
Oh shit. Where do I want to send him? The cottage, I think, right? Yeah, Coastal Cottage. Alright, cool. So we got a supply line going.
Codsworth.
May I accompany you, sir?
Yes.
Splendid.
What's...
Yes.
So yeah, look at all these fucking plants, and yet I'm not producing any friggin' potatoes.
Anything I can do? You just say the word.
Alright, let's try this. I want to try something now. Alright, there's the Coastal Cottage over here. Nobody over there, right? Cool. Cool. Alright, so I need... Dude, there's always friggin' rad storms. No matter where I'm going, there's always a goddamn rad storm. It drives me friggin' batshit. Alright. I guess let's get to work. Metal, I guess concrete floors. See, like I said, this is essentially like friggin' Legos. Just stick them all together. And just make a flat floor. I guess I can't put a floor there, but you know, that's perfectly fine. Can't put one there. I can put one there. Can't put one there. Can't get rid of that container. Now, where is the workbench for this settlement? It'd probably help you to know that. Alright, so it's over here, so that's cool. So I'm thinking what I can do is just put a shit ton of tato plants here, because I just want just tato plants in this settlement. I know it sounds a little stupid and a little obsessive, but like, I never have them. I got a lot of corn. I got a lot of all the other friggin' veggies that I need to make that adhesive shit. Pistol down, babe. Lay that pistol down. Pistol packing, mama. Lay that pistol down. Like I said, man, I never seem to have enough potatoes. Alright, now what's next? Resources, I think. Oops. Miscellany, okay. Here we go. This is the bread and butter of my little scheme here. So I can make a good 200 of these. Whoops, didn't mean to place two. Although I do need another one, so that kind of worked out. Let's put that there. Because like I said, like anytime I find like fertilizer or wood or whatever, like I'm always like taking it. So I have more than enough to fill this up with potato plants. And for actual settlers though, I'm actually going to put just robots over here so they're not, you know, eating the food that they harvest. Bada bing. And there's no water source here, unfortunately, so I can't, you know, make extra money from bottling water. So I'm just gonna have to stick with what I got. if I'm not talking a lot, you know, I apologize. I mean, I'm usually pretty good at, you know, keeping the commentary going and kind of telling you what's going through my head while I'm doing this. But I got a lot of things in my mind. And I had a talk with Sean a little bit earlier, like as he was relieving me from work, I should say. It's kind of giving me a little bit to think about. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to drag my shitty work, my shitty job into what I enjoy doing, because I'm not going to enjoy doing it anymore. Like, it's going to suck the enjoyment out of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to keep making these so I can kind of accomplish whatever goal I need to accomplish. So like I said, I'm just going to keep my thoughts to myself. I'm just going to think. But if it has anything to do with this, then yeah, I'll talk. But, you know, just thinking of how my job used to be, like back when I enjoyed it, and then thinking about it now, like, I'm just thinking about, like, where did I go wrong? Is it my fault that things are like this? Or is it management's inability to run this place the way it should be ran? Is it a combination of both? What can I do to make it better? You know, what can I do to accomplish peace? You know, is there any way back from where we are now? Is there any way to find a common ground? Is there any way to compromise? Can we find a way where we can work together instead of working against each other? I don't know, there's just an incident that happened today, and the aides that I work with got the wrong idea. And because of that, they are very angry with me. And they're angry at me for something I didn't do. So I'm like, kind of hope. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, what was on top of it? Okay. I thought I mistakenly found a way for them to lock together. That would have been amazing. Alright, now for the cream of the bread and butter of this whole endeavor. Alright, so the way I figure it, I think I'm going to start from the entrance here and then work my way out. Speaking of which, I got to set a spawn point here too. Shit, I can't quick save while in build mode. There, I'm going to quick save there because I don't want to do all that shit again. There it is. Fast travel target. I'm going to stick it right. Nope. Not right there. Right. Ugh. God damn it, Cosworth. Cosworth, come here. There. Because, like, when you enter build mode, like, he'll stand right where you were or where he was before you entered build mode. So he was standing in one spot for a very long time. So, like, there's one other thing I kind of feel like I have to do after I plant these. Oh, I didn't know you can move that. It's awesome. Alright, so I'm going to make a little bit more of a platform. Let me clear out some of these. Okay, so apparently I can't clear those trees. Alright, let me try something else. Alright, so I need like perfectly flat ground to place this. Like, I could clear out some of these and just put that there. So I'll just store them. And I'll just place them later. Alright, so let me take this out. Or I should say get out of there. Alright, so let me see, rename. Alright, so Farmer 2.
This unit is currently in factory default mode. Do you wish to enable this unit's personality subroutine?
Sure. That would be great.
Acknowledged. A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to depart?
Actually, I'll be back later.
Very well, sir. This unit is currently in factory default mode. Do you wish to enable this unit's personality subroutine?
Sure. That would be great.
Acknowledged. A pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you...
Time to hit the road.
Understood.
God damn it.
Pleasure to see you again, sir. Are you ready to depart?
No.
I trust you're enjoying my company. You and I make quite an effective team.
Sure, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to assign you.
Self-diagnostic complete. I'm happy to report that I won't be falling apart with you anytime soon.
Alright, so, oh, shit, I gotta loot my, I gotta get my power armor back. Oh, I don't want to leave this here. There is some things I would like to build first, though.
Decided to play 10 soldiers.
Structures, concrete, I guess, no, not walls. So, like, what the fuck? So, like, I can't make railings. I mean, would they be under warehouse? What about metal? Would it be under metal? I knew I had railings somewhere, but I just can't find them. Concrete. Guess they're under scaffolding. And I guess I can't build those. This is just out of the build zone. Yeah, it sucks because it's like right outside the build zone, which is why I can't build a friggin' around it. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to correct this poor building choice that I made here. Because I wasn't expecting my robots to just friggin' wander off and fall down. So I can't put a railing here, which is stupid. Alright, you know what? Maybe I'll just take this out. So I'll just do this instead and see how this works. Nah, I can find a place for those easily. Yeah, we're not looking for anything. I'm just looking for you to friggin' make all these, friggin' pick all these potatoes. Oh, they're in the workbench. I gotta take them out, I think. Eat a dick. Oh wait, this means I can place them. Okay, so I'm out. I'm out of potatoes to place, so guess I'll just leave this where it is. You know what, better yet, you know what I could do while I'm at it? Oh, fast travel target. Here we go. Alright, so let me see. Generators.
It would be my pleasure to assist you, sir.
There we go. Find jobs for the unemployed. Assign to farming. Okay. So I'm kind of hoping that when I assign these two to farming, I think I put a door here? Let's see. Wood. Nope, I can't put a door there. Oops. Yeah, so at least this way I don't have anything like nasty sneaking up on me. Yeah, it's fine where it is. I don't care. That can stay where it is. I don't care. I don't care. Why are they like walking towards me or at me? Walk at me, bro. Fucking retards.
Non-stop and all the latest news. This is Diamond City. Another day here in Diamond City. That means
Yeah, I kind of want to like keep these guys in, so that's kind of why I'm building like a little walled-in area for them. So like they can't really jump over this shit. Let me just take a lap around, make sure it's all walled in, so they can't like just wander off. Okay, so I think we're good. They're all walled in, so I think we're okay. Apparently not enough to make a roof, so I'm just going to leave that the way it is. Yeah, it's only like 5 food. Because I got to make like a shit ton more of these fucking assholes. But in order to do that, I need more materials. So, let's make a let's make a trip to down here. Yeah, I'm not really streaming for anybody, really. I'm just kind of just doing this for Sean for when he gets off of work. And he's like, oh, he streamed last night. Let me take a look. Since there's nobody in the settlement, that's just pure friggin' profit. Stingwing. Giant mosquitoes. It would suck running into one of them. It's starting to become that time. I think I'm just gonna dump this water into my little cooler here, and then put all this junk away, and then call it a night. Because like I said, I think that's going to be my goal right now, is to get some more stuff to make robots. Wait, no, hold on. Miscellany. Get that corn, that mutt fruit, and that purified water. That's important. Let's see. Because like I said, I got tons of corn, I got tons of mutt fruit, a metric shit ton of purified water. Like a lot of purified waters. And like no potatoes. And then once I get that potato farm going and I start getting like a lot of everything, like adhesive will no longer be a problem. I mean, oil, I pretty much
have it your way.
I just need more acid and bones. Purify water and steel. I'm sure there's places that get lots of bones and lots of acid. I'll worry about that another time, though. I don't know what's attacking us because I got rid of those fucking cages. So we're not getting invaded all the time.
That suit should tip the balance of things in our favor.
Now what's attacking us? Raiders, of course. When it's not fucking gunners, it's raiders. Dang, make sure work at him, alright. Alright, now let's fast travel back. Alright, so I think this is where we're going to call it. So I'm going to quick save. Nobody joined me tonight, so I call this a successful stream. Alright, I guess just tune in to see when I'm going to stream next time. Until then, you know... Sorry, yeah, just check in, see when I'm going to stream next time. Or you can, I guess, subscribe and click on that bell thing so you'll always know when I'm about to stream or when I upload a video. You can always keep track if you're that interested in whether or not I'm streaming. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the flip. Take care now. Bye-bye then.